So we are on lucky number 13, episode 13 of season 5, Open Arms. And so we decided to go back 13 years to the top 6 NFL wide receptions leaders. And they were Calvin Johnson, Brandon Marshall, Wes Welker, Andre Johnson, Jason Witten, and Reggie Wayne. And we're going to rank them from 6 to 1, Ron. You are first this week. I cannot wait because I really feel like we're going to have a different opinion on this one, I think. So let's see how you did, and then I will give you my list. Your pick and roll.
Very difficult.
Your pick and roll, Ron.
Let me tell you, this was difficult because I struggled with that 1 and 2. These are some great receivers right here. When you would be like, oh, I definitely would take Wes Welker, and he's number 6. I mean, when you look at these players and those games played tricks with my mind on this.
I agree 100% on that one.
So this is very tricky because, you know, you give a little for one and then you don't for the other. And it's like, because a lot of this was the eyeball test. So number 6, Wes Welker, 903 receptions, 9,924 yards. The only one that was under 11,000. That yards per reception was big for me. And he only had 11.0. He only beat out one other guy. And I'll get into that later. 50 touchdowns just was not nearly enough, the least by a long way. 5 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pro. Look, this guy is a great receiver. Slot receiver. He's the one that defined it in my book.
Trey Brown.
At least in New England, right?
Trey Brown, then him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trey, I don't know. Look at Trey's numbers.
I know. Troy had a little more to that game than the slot receiver.
But
a little more. Number 5, and I cannot believe I'm putting him here. Andre Johnson. 193 games played. He played the most out of, third most, really, but I didn't give him the inch, like I did another player. Okay. And this is the guy that it cost.
Boy, I wanted to see
14,185 yards, the second most on this list, 1,062 receptions, 70 touchdowns, 13.4 yards per reception, 7 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pro. I don't know what it was with Andre Johnson. To me, it just wasn't there for me.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is. The numbers are there. Just wasn't good enough. You played a hell of a lot more games than some certain guy, and you didn't even come close to his mark. Number 4, I went Brandon Marshall. 179 games played. So he played less than Andre Johnson, but those numbers are comparable. 12,351 yards, like 1,400 less. 83 touchdowns, though, so he made the most of that time. Tied for the most touchdowns out of this list. 5 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pro. 6 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro. And I don't know, I just thought he offered a little more than Andre Johnson. Just never had the guy throwing it to him, I guess. I'm not,
Yeah, he bounced around a lot.
Yeah, and he always put up steady numbers.
Yeah.
So I liked him a little more than Andre Johnson. But I have Jason Witten number 3, and because he's a tight end, it kind of altered a lot of things for this list to me. 271 games. He had 13,046 yards as a tight end, 1,228 receptions, 74 touchdowns, 11 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pro. Those Pro Bowls really are glaring, but a tight end is a little different. I think they're a little more responsible for other things, and I like Witten's toughness. I like his toughness, and that weighed heavily in this. But then there were the other two guys that I thought were just so much better, and I didn't think it was going to go this way. But I put Reggie Wayne at number 2. 211 games played, so he was up there in games played. 1,070 receptions, 14,345 yards, the most on the list. 13.4 yards per reception. 82 touchdowns, missed it by 1.
Missed it by that much.
6 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro. But the thing that vaulted this guy ahead of all the other guys is because he won the Super Bowl.
Only one to win.
The only one to do it. So he went up. I actually had him number 1 at some point. And I looked at the numbers and I'm like, I can't put him at number 1. Because number 1 is Calvin Johnson. His numbers, he's played like half the amount of games as these other guys. Still had 11,601 yards. By far the most yards per reception, 15.9. So he made something out of nothing a lot. The man had 83 touchdowns in that time.
Mm-hmm.
No one put those numbers up except for Brandon Marshall, but it took Brandon Marshall 44 more games.
Mm-hmm.
For Reggie Wayne to get 82, one less. It took him like 80 more games to get one less.
Mm-hmm.
This guy should have stood in the NFL, should have just went to another team, because this guy was absolutely amazing.
Well, it's
I
on
think
record.
Top 3 receivers of all time.
It's on record, right? We've already said it. We had the worst franchises in NFL in the history of sports. They basically got rid of the 2 greatest players at their position way before their prime was over. Calvin Johnson being one of them, and obviously Barry Sanders. But
he had a chance to break records.
Oh,
he had a chance to break Jerry Rice's record.
Yeah, he would have destroyed him. There's no doubt in my mind. So I had Wes Welker at 6. I agreed with you there. Only guy not to get 10,000 yards receiving. Again, 50 touchdowns, far less than anybody else on this list. So I went that route there. This is where we got a little different. I went Jason Witten at 5.
Yeah.
And I went Jason Witten at 5 because
I put that toughness into effect.
I agree, but again, he played 60 more games than the next closest guy. So again, I would expect him to put up more numbers in 60 more games, which he did. But again, an 11 Pro Bowls, but I took some of that to granted because there's not that many great tight ends. They're far in between. So he was the best of the worst.
Gonzalez, Gates.
Again, AFC versus NFC.
Yeah, I know.
So again, at 4, I had Brandon Marshall. I had Brandon Marshall there because less receptions than Andre Johnson, even though less games. But then I really liked one more.
So you just basically flip-flopped Andre Johnson
and Brandon Marshall and Jason Witten. And Jason Witten, I did not have 3rd. Reggie Wayne, I agree with you.
So you flipped Andre Johnson and Jason Witten. That's what you did.
Yes. And then I will say Reggie Wayne, I agree with you. The one championship definitely put him, at 2 for me because the only guy to win a championship and his numbers were really good. But again, if you add another 60 to 70 games to Calvin Johnson, just that alone,
It's not
it
close.
wouldn't even be close. Like he'd probably have 1,500 receptions and 25,000 yards,
Like who
83
who in
touchdowns in
your mind
135
is a
games.
better receiver than him in history?
Nobody. And I'm going to say it. I think he was better than Jerry Rice if he had played as many games as Jerry Rice played. And people could sit back and argue with me all day and every day, but look at those numbers. Those numbers are telling. What Jerry Rice finished, hold on. How many? Let's just say, let's have some fun, Ron, before we get into something else, because we still got a little bit of time tonight. We're like moving right along tonight. Moving right along tonight. Jerry Rice played in 303 games. It's almost 3 times. Times 3 to Calvin Johnson.
So if you cut it in half, just say cut it in half for
even double, just double his, so he's at 270. Double all his numbers. Jerry Rice finished with 1,549 receptions, 22,000 yards.
Yeah, you're talking comparable. It's about the same.
197 touchdowns. That might be the only part that
Jerry would have maybe 30 more if you double it.
Yeah. So I
comparable.
don't know. It's pretty damn close, man.
It is.
And again, and you think about the San Francisco 49ers and what they had for talent to what this guy was stuck with. And everybody was keying him, and he still got these numbers.
Yeah. And that's why I say, you compare to history. I put him in the top 3 receivers of all time, but I can't think of the guy number 2 that I would put ahead of him. Maybe Randy Moss. I'm not even sure.
I think he's better than Moss. Honestly, I think
probably
Calvin Johnson would be
better
than I know it's controversial, but
yeah.
I think you got to take
those
the 100.
3 probably are the best 3 of all time.
You got to take that 135 games and look at that aspect of it, because his numbers are lower than those guys because he played almost.
And that's what I was looking at. I'm like, how?
Almost 200 less games.
This good? He walks away.
Right?
It's frustrating.
Almost 200 less games than Jerry Rice, and he still was putting up crazy numbers. All right, Ron.